Hey, it's been overcasty today, and your boy is on the flex, if you know what I mean. Yeah, look at that gun. All right, the workouts are real. So is my battery life, and I have to put you guys on the charger. That's why I'm not outside because I had it charged all night, and then I get up this morning, play with the phone. I think I play videos all night on my YouTube. I looked on my YouTube and I watch YouTube way too much. It was like 20 hours in a week or some shit like that. I put a lot of music on to try to learn all the time, and that's my most use. And then I think it went from that to like Facebook and then some other uses. You gotta get your digital, what do they call it? Digital health on. Gotta figure out what's about what's happening in your digital health life, because I know for me, I'll be fucking around with the motherfucking dog pound and just leave. Nothing ends up happening in my life, which I absolutely hate. I like to do something every day of my life. Last night I ended up just sleeping, so I don't have much to report. I went from going to the super sauna the night before, and everybody was half-ass naked and expecting a big ass party and not doing anything. And that's why I said, it's time to let's talk. Let's talk about how things move in a general direction. Like I have a lot of friends here in Finland, but nobody was hanging out yesterday. And unfortunately, I spend most of the time by myself, and that just leads me to believe that it's time to move forward and go to my next direction. As lazy as I want to be and how easy I got it, I got to keep challenging my life and moving my body forward and around this planet just like I planned it. And that seems to be the issues going on. So let's get some. Let's get. Ooh. Get baked first, and then let's talk about it. Ooh. 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 There we go. Nice and baked. Yeah, I tried to change the outcome of my life. As I sat there, I didn't have a ride. The trains were over. I woke up. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I knew that party around Johannes to celebrate with my friends. I realized that I travel alone. I come in the middle of homes, and they share their lives with me, but their lives still go on, just like mine has to. And I'm sitting here looking at all my stuff. I bought a special outfit for you, Johannes. I didn't even get to wear it. My buddy even bought me some shoes, and he didn't even hang out with me. I basically bought a 10-euro hat that I never used, and there's going to be a bunch of stuff that I leave behind. It's weird. It's really weird where I'm almost powerless. I get a if I hang out with my friend's house and he says no, I can't record, then I can't record. If I don't have a car, then I'm not as mobile as I'd like to be, and then I end up in a pattern of the people that I hang out with. And as much as I love the Ticarilla Triangle, it's basically ate up all my time. And basically, I was just hanging out. I made a few designs, got about like 10 new designs for Finland, but with less than a week to go, what do I do? What else can we make possible happen? And that's what I was just trying to figure out, is how do I make my life happen? How do I live the life that I want to live, like I'm living now, and live it on a different level? And of course, a lot of people would just say money gives you access, or money gets you to other places, but it's also energy. Really, it's like, do you have the energy? Say you got there, but do you have the energy when you are there? Do you have the right vibe to make yourself um, more approachable, or having the balls to approach more people, and to open your circle of influence, open up your opportunities, and make your life the reality that you want it to be instead of the reality that it is? And that's a tough thing for people. It's like most of us live in our patterns. As I was walking back from the train station, I was still headed home, and I'm like, you should just go to Helsinki. You should just go straight into Helsinki. You got enough money, and just go to the super. Making that decision, not having the energy to go by myself, the bravery to go by myself. I don't always have the bravery. I know I get a show off on this show, but like sometimes it's like, if I don't have a friend with me, would I go? Would you do the things even if your date didn't show up? Would you still go eat the meals? Would you still go on those trips? Does it require a person to go with you for it to even happen? That's the thing. That's like, how motivated are you? And to get yourself to switch to motivation, to get yourself off the couch and ready to go. The other day when we were getting loaded, I was like, he said, let's smoke another bowl. And I'm like, I'm standing. I'm like, I already got my bag in my hand. I don't want to lose me to do is to go sit and relax. As a stoner, I love to sit and relax, and hours go by. My YouTube time says I fucking do it too much. And then it's like, then I'm not engaged. Finally, the sun's coming out right now. The sun's finally coming out. See, you can see it off the windows. It's finally shining on the buildings. But cloudy days, an excuse. Weather, an excuse. And I start talking to myself out of it and wanting to talk myself into bong rips and being comfortable and having a blanket in the home alone. My alone time ends up becoming an addiction, that I get so used to being by myself and sleeping by myself that it becomes a new thing. How do I make it a regular thing to be with someone in a bed on a regular basis, or intimate, or having more sex than I'm having? How do I make more money and keep this thing going? Because my business is still flowing. People are still calling me and still giving me some business. And like, there's the 85 shirts there, 10 shirts here, 300 stickers there. To keep my business going and me keeping this rotation going, how do I keep myself motivated enough so I get away from my fear and talk to more strangers? And even though I feel the hesitation, and especially on a quiet train, to be like the other mammals and just stay quiet? Or how do I start a conversation? Or how do I keep myself from being a fear-based person to an outgoing person? It's not an easy thing. I think most people, especially on the show, say you're so extrovert, you don't mind saying stuff about yourself online. And it was like, this was just like Periscope. It was just like talking with some homies. I just fucking put on the thing, and I got other friends that are totally freaked out about it. They're like, don't record me. I got other friends that are like, don't record in my house. I keep a secret life. I guess I keep a not so secret life. I'm trying to teach people how to travel. With less than a week to go now here in Finland, I'm looking at all my stuff going like, I got to pre-pack. I got to give this girl her stuff back. I got to leave some stuff too. I got so much shit. I got a whole box underneath here full of fucking shirts. So there's so many things, that I have to do to get myself up and to go and motivate and get the workouts in and get the travel in and travel safely and make sure that I got all my shit, and calculate how much shit that I bring, and calculate leaving stuff behind too. It's a strategy I learned in Thailand. But when I had so much stuff, sometimes you go into different countries, you don't need to bring all that stuff. So it's like a Cambodia trip. We left some bags behind at a place that we trusted. And it's just like that, can you get a trusted spot, get slimmed down and leave some stuff behind, make sure you only have the stuff that you need rather than all the stuff. And then also being able to move in a direction is hard, bro, because it's like, now I know I'm going into Berlin, I'm going into Germany. I've been to Germany before, but I've been to Frankfurt and Munich, and now I'm going to Berlin, the big B, and to learn their new train system and that language again, and to be with a new friend and to be on his patterns, and to be able to, make myself ready to move again and do it real fast. And so it's a jarring experience. It's a sensation of planes, trains, automobiles, scenery moving, people moving. It's a desensory almost situation where you get into mode, I guess you call it airplane mode, and that you're going to be on a airplane with strangers and rubbing elbows with people you don't know, or maybe possibly meet people you're supposed to meet, and just moving your body and your stuff across this planet is a different sensation. I'm sure most people want for traveling to break up their craziness, the thing that they keep doing over and over again and keeping the same results, and to have a sensation suddenly of breaking free from the triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, Ticarilla Triangle, the triangle that's trapping you, and giving yourself an opportunity to make the new destinations. It's a whole sensation. I don't know if I'm really ready for it. I've been so lazy here in Finland. I'm like just like kind of sandbagging, making the shirts, waiting on one more shirts from the homie, and then I'm busting out all the shirts that I owe. I try to get as many models to wear my shirts as possible, kind of cut down the box and put out more designs, but that didn't happen. I mean, I tried hustling it. I tried getting them in on it, and everybody, kind of faded off and forgot about me or whatever. But yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to do right now. It's Johannes. It's the Midsummer Festival. I'm all alone. It's really weird. I feel like I should be in the sensation that one night there was just so many topless girls and girls in thongs and live band and people swimming in the ocean. It was so sensory overload to be desensitized and just be by yourself, and then you got to be the next week back to the fucking airport, back to people and learning a new system and being involved. There's some museums I definitely want to see. I don't even know the names. I didn't even look them up. I just know I'm gonna go bust out a bunch of fucking museums in Berlin. My buddy's busy working, so I'll have plenty of time to, again, be by myself, be self-sufficient, be brave enough to use the day and go do something, even if a friend's not available, even if my bravery is not available, and just will it and just go and let the things flow and see what happens. That's what it is. If you're always going to wait for a friend or an excuse, it's always going to come up short, because they come up short. Excuses always short us on everything that we want to do. They talk about options when you're investing, and you can do long and short something. You're expecting that company to do worse, and you can short the stock and actually gamble against them and hope that the demise goes wrong. It's for sure a kind of our pattern is this shorting ourselves, instead of having that full potential of what our stock could do. We put like little ceilings or little excuses to say, oh, well, you don't have enough money for that. Oh, you don't have enough talent for that. You don't have enough time for that. The same typical misfirings of what you're able to do and not do. I'm really disappointed in myself, because I've been doing it a lot. In London, I distinctly remember just saying, fuck it, I got to get out of the house. And a homie just wanted to lay around and fucking watch soccer all day. I was like, nah, man, this is a beautiful day of sunshine. I'm getting out into it. You know where you're going? No fucking clue, but I'll figure it out. Just using my excitement as the energy that gets me to go through it. That's almost like that book, that mindset. It's like the energy that we can put towards things. I've been using them as punishments, and that's almost like my training or my Catholic background is like, you need to be punished for mistakes that you made. And it becomes a depressant. It almost becomes a depression, and it's just weird that I do that, and I have to next in the house. What's up, bro? I'm sitting here high trying to digest these thicker subjects about mental levels and how to break free of them and how to stay away from our darker side, and try to fucking get ourselves to get the energy, the straight light, to get out in front of people, to get out and do things with or without friends, with or without money, with or without excuses, to have fruitions. I get them during the day where I was like, oh, that's what I want to do today. And it was one of those things that was kind of ringing on me, a super sauna, but this area where everybody was topless in midsummer and a Saturday night, and I ended up staying home. I ended up playing it safe. I ended up falling asleep early, and even though I got up early, and I had excuses on how I couldn't make it down there, and how it would be 50 euros to get a taxi cab back ride back, and I already had spent 50 euros on the ride back the night before, and it's like how Helsinki kind of traps you, because they stop the train at like midnight, and then you're down there, and then you got to really spend money to get back, or stay up till 4 a.m. and wait for the buses to start circulating again. I don't know. I made too many excuses of me not knowing the pattern and my buddy not sending me a message. He was supposed to send me instructions on how to get there. I got home and got comfortable, took off my clothes and took a nap. Bong rips kept me parked. I can't believe I shut my whole time for this Johannes festival. Saturday down there, I let the excuse of not knowing how to get down there or waiting for the homie who stopped talking to me. We were supposed to go earlier in the day, and then he said, I'm tired. I need a fucking some weird excuse about photographs, and then wanting to go to sleep. And then I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what's going on with my friend? All my friends are out in the forest. That's what they do here. They go to the forest. It's like Phnom Penh and it's like Cambodia during Songkran Festival. In Thailand, Songkran Festival, the water festival, everybody's spraying each other with water. They got hoses, they got buckets, they're fucking super soakers. It's a full on festival. Me and my ex, Finland ex, got trapped there trying to get our stamps and our visa extended, but the embassy was closed and the whole city was basically closed. It looked like year zero. I don't know if you're familiar with the killing fields and Phnom Penh, but it looked like the city got overtaken again and nobody was in the city. It's just like there's no one in the platforms, there's no one at the fucking train stops. Everybody was smarter than me. I guess I got invited on Thursday. He didn't let me know because he wanted to hang out with his girlfriend, that there were 2 seats available to go up to the Murky with my friend and see his cabin, and I missed that opportunity. So I feel like I'm missing opportunities left, right, and straight. You're only your energy where you are in that day, wherever you decide to bring yourself, and to whom you decide to bring yourself. You literally are investing in your day and developing your day. So don't short yourself. Invest in your day, meaning where you're going to eat lunch is probably how it's going to develop your day. You are going to eat lunch, but where you're going to eat lunch is going to determine where you're bringing your energy. There's only one story you can write. Only you can write your next chapter. So if you're going to bring your light, you're going to bring your energy anywhere, being able to bring it to someplace and show up and show yourself, show your light, and you get to be able to any other where on the planet, you're not on that part of that story. So now you're actually bringing yourself, say, today's the day that I'm going to be existing in Helsinki, or I'm going to be existing at Supasan, or I'm going to be existing at certain places, and bring my energy, because now my story, my next chapter, it was written by me. I chose where I wanted to be, like the choose your own adventure. I chose what I wanted to do with my energy, and then we end up coming up with our patterns. So it's like all of us have to have sleep. All of us have to take shits. All of us have to be a mammal for facts. But what we do with the energy, like our highest moment, especially when you wake up, most people even drink coffee to keep that moment high, is your energy bandwidth, I should say. I know it peaks like around that, I don't know if everybody's on the same time zone, 10, 11, but you get a peak like 4 hours of straight energy of where you're awake full on. And I'm sure you're going to go brush your teeth, and I'm sure you're going to take a shit, and I'm sure you're going to go get something to eat. But this 4 hour burst, then it lulls, then it comes back up again, almost like a siesta. And all people, this is like astronaut study, right? Because they were studying how these guys sleep and what time to wake them up and how they're going to sleep in space. And they studied sleep. And we know for facts that all of us need 8 hours of sleep. So if you're being a solid, healthy individual, you're busting out solid time. But I also was taking early nap, and that fucking fucked up my rhythm. But I got up early. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I was like, I knew that party was still bumping, but it was so far away from me, and the transportation was so wicked. I ended up being by myself on a holiday where everybody else is celebrating like 3 generations of families, or with their girlfriends, or at the Murky, and I somehow fucked up my schedule, somehow fucked up my organization, somehow blocked my journey. Keep saying the paddles, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it, so I didn't do it. So I followed my gut on it, and then end up getting my ass alone, which is really kind of bugging me again, because I knew that fucking party was bumping. But again, I don't have a car here. I came straight when I was dressed that I had, and just showed up. Everybody else was rolling spliffs and handing them out, and it was that kind of crowd. It was like a carefree crowd. It was the first time I got to smoke weed in public in Finland. Most people don't do that around here. They're always like, we got to go around here, we got to roll it over here. It's always so secretive and still, afraid, and they're afraid too that they'll lose their license. And as soon as they get checked, if you got weed on you, they have the right to come to your house and check more. And most people have plants, so it just becomes an ordeal. And I just don't want to be a part of an ordeal. I want to be part of a solution. I want to be part of high energy. I shouldn't took my happy ass down there and just figured it out. Just walked amongst Helsinki, and Helsinki is a really cool city. It would have been my third day in a row. What you're hearing is my regret, and because I didn't take action, and because I didn't take action, I took comfort and just stayed here and got quiet, and then woke up in the weird time, and I'm like, I was so far away from my goal and actually being there because I didn't have any friends with me. If I had one friend to go, if not, all my friends are somewhere else. They're either at their with their family, or in a murky, or with their girlfriend, and I'm over here, no girlfriend, nobody's answering the phone, and I got stuck. And I planned to be here, and I missed the fucking Johannes, the biggest Saturday of the whole year. My whole plan of being here and staying this long was to catch Johannes. I have a Johannes outfit, didn't even get to wear it. I'm just shaking my head. Damn. I guess my regret I would share with people: don't lose days. Don't lose days. They come by. Each one's individual. Each one's its own chapter. Expect them to be the ways, but unless we put our energy into them, they're not going to be the way that we expect them to be. I keep hearing Ice Cube's words: don't expect rewards from work you didn't put in. And it's just like, yeah, bro, I think a lot of people are envious, but they don't want to do the work. I didn't put in the energy to get, or the strength, or the mental fortitude, or the thought process enough just get my ass out there. Maybe I'm on my energy backpack and my bandwidth today with my energy, and this guy's saying it. Maybe the other guy was just too tired or too stoned or whatever, but I ended up getting basically just sent home, and I parked myself when I should have just gone all the way to Helsinki, stay brave like I did in London, and go check out these cities by myself without anybody, which I'm used to. For that feeling without having a friend to capture me, I'm really living in regret, and I don't want other people to sit there and regret and go, fuck, this is the thing that I really want to do. But, and we do that, pause, but I don't have a friend to go with. I feel free, stayed up till 4 a.m., caught the bus probably back for free, and just made it a life to live, and been buzzing, and then starting the morning motivation instead of the guy that rested smoking bong rips the whole time. So, you know, I can't get time back. I can't get back. You can't either, for days that have gone by, mistakes that have been made, tragedies that have already happened. I keep trying to rewrite my script, and the script that I can only write is today. Like, that's the real power of now. It's just like you only get to bring your energy to one place for lunch in one part of the city, and you can't be in both places at once. You can't stay here another month. You can't fucking keep going on to Berlin and have like the effortless guy just show up with the bags. You actually have to put in the effort. You actually have to carry the bags. You have to actually get on the plane. You actually have to time the thing, and you actually have to get off your ass to get the adventure to start. It's not going to happen unless you do it. And that's such a weird thing to say, because it's like a nice do. I just fucking got back to my comfort zone. My buddy said left me, and I felt really lonely. And my other homie was like, well, maybe in 3 hours we can go. He ghosted me, so I didn't hear from him, probably because I didn't want to go take photos in the forest and shit. And it would have been nice if we had some chicks. It was just some dudes that feel comfortable with that shit. I only speak my truth. It's not my kink. I don't know what other people are into. But I gotta fucking get into me and get into my energy and get into places where I want to be instead of dream about it. And how do I level up and get to the places instead of just wanting it, but actually living it? And that's what I'm obsessed about. That's my addiction, is it's a fixation. Like, if you fixate on wanting to feel better, then you will go find the drugs. If you fixate on being hungry, then you will find the food. We find our ways, we find our patterns, we pick our we live in rhythms that work for us. We found a way to satiate ourselves and what's the other word that they keep talking about? Not sedate. Yeah, sedate ourselves into our patterns. And it's like, how do I break free of my patterns? How do I break free from my fears or insecurities? How do I become more of me instead of the less of me, the one that doesn't get to live and doesn't have the energy and doesn't live his life to the fullest. That's what I wanted to be about in Saints Addiction. I wanted to live my life to the fullest and get the most out of every day and challenge myself to do that every day and live myself. And I think I really feel let down that I had such an opportunity, that it was that one day of the year that I planned it all out. It was Saturday, it was Johannes, and I knew that the party probably was still buzzing, and I didn't go down there. I didn't have any friends there. I didn't have the balls to go make new friends, and I'm sitting here in regret. I don't know what else to do but to do something today. Maybe I'll go down there today, just a cloudy day, but whatever. I got my super sauna pack ready to go with my trunks and fucking uh, blanket or towel and sandals. So I'm like loaded to fucking go to this thing. I think I'm just gonna pump myself up and just do that and get down there now today and figure it out. If it wasn't crazy from last night, maybe it was all the drug people. Maybe I just need some sauna time by myself and go meditate. I can just do it by myself and this is how the journey goes. So I'm trying to balls up. It's time to balls up. I got less than a week to go. I've got to pack and get ready for Berlin. I'm not even sure what I got on me or with me or how to prepare those things and kind of shift into a whole nother mode. I've been in Finland mode for so long. I got to get to Germany mode. And then to know that I'm only going to be in Germany mode for like 2 weeks, because then we got to get to Turkey mode. And we were trying to work out. So I'll drive together from Berlin to Istanbul, but I'm hearing that's not working out right now. So you don't know what's up with the journey. None of us know what's going to happen. That's why it's such a present, and then the fact that you get to develop the day yourself. There's part of you is developing each day of our lives. That's pretty fucking cool. So I'm gonna go develop this day and make it a fucking cool day instead of a regret day like I did yesterday, and just kind of parked myself and lost spirit and I don't know, just didn't have any friends to go with. I miscalculated. All my friends went to the bush and ended up with no girls, no friends, and nowhere to go. And I didn't. I already went to the place the night before, and it was amazing. So I'm glad I had that opportunity. That was Friday night. Saturday night was a fucking nola triple double zero, and I'm trying to make today a +1 or at least a +2. So peace and love. You already know. Go out there and get that day, man. Develop that day. I'm looking at these clouds, they're almost like beckoning me, and I'm like, I'll just put on a fucking hoodie and just go and figure it out. And that's what it's all about. Figure it out. That's what we do. Have a blessed one, Marky saying. Thank you, Benny Mac. Shout out to the co-producer, Benny Mac. He's the motherfucking man. I'll see you on the other side, brother. And anytime we're gonna start calling with Benny Mac more, we're gonna get him in on the show and be able to co-share the platform and talk about all sorts of subjects. So that's your boy, Mark Saint. Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side. And as always, Chigathon, because it's a fucking Midsummer's Festivals. Big deal here in Finland, and I'm in Finland. So double Chigathon. See you on the other side. Peace, love, later.